Welcome students in chemistry class. Aldehyde ketones carboxylic acid part 5, and we'll discuss some important reaction in it. In this we will see two main types of reactions, oxidation reaction and reduction reaction. These two are very important reaction for aldehyde and ketones because with the help of these reactions we can distinguish them. They are very useful because of these two special behavior. They form different types of compounds, and these two reactions show special behavior of aldehyde and ketones. Aldehydes are easily oxidized into carboxylic acid, and formed carboxylic acid will always have same number of carbon as parent aldehyde will have. This property is because of presence of hydrogen in carbonyl group. Aldehydes can oxidize with weak oxidizing agent as well as strong oxidizing agent. The reaction may be RCHO, implies that RCOOH. It has been already discussed that aldehydes can be oxidized by weak oxidizing agent as well as strong oxidizing agent. Here I mention a list of oxidizing agent. Weak oxidizing agent, Fehling solution A and B, Tollens reagent, Benedict solution, and some other examples are also there. Strong oxidizing agent, nitric acid, potassium permanganate in presence of sulfuric acid and potassium hydroxide, potassium dichromate in acidic and basic medium both. Here especially I mention the list which are useful for oxidation of aldehyde. Very first we will discuss about Tollens reagent. Tollens reagent is ammoniacal solution of silver nitrate. When silver nitrate is mixed with ammonium hydroxide, precipitate of silver oxide are formed, and these precipitates redissolved in ammonium hydroxide and form complex. This complex, or basically we could say silver oxide, is responsible for oxidation of aldehydes into carboxylic acid. When silver oxide is reduced, metallic shining layer will be deposited on the wall of test tube, form silver mirror. That's why this test is famous as silver mirror test. This test can be given by aliphatic aldehyde as well as by aromatic aldehyde. Reactions are given below. Silver nitrate plus ammonium hydroxide form silver oxide precipitate and ammonium nitrate. Silver oxide further dissolve in ammonium hydroxide and form complex diammonia silver hydroxide. This will be responsible for oxidation of aldehyde into carboxylate ion or carboxylic acid. Second mild oxidizing agent is Fehling solution. Fehling solution or Fehling reagent is combination of two solutions, Fehling solution A and Fehling solution B. Fehling solution A is aqueous solution of copper sulfate, while Fehling solution B is alkaline solution of Rochelle salt, sodium potassium tartrate. When both are mixed together, cupric oxide is formed or cupric ions are formed, which is of blue color. So dark blue color will appear, and when sample of aldehyde is dropped into it and heated with water bath, then cupric ion will reduce into cuprous ion, and red precipitate of cuprous oxide will form there. Simultaneously, carboxylic acid will produce due to oxidation of aldehyde. Reactions are given already. Another oxidizing agent for aldehyde is Benedict solution. It's the same as Fehling solution, only at the place of tartrate ion, copper sulfate solution is complexed with citrate ion. The reactions are also same. Aldehydes are oxidized by cupric ion, and cupric ion will form cuprous ion, and because of that red color precipitates are formed. As aldehydes can oxidize with a strong oxidizing agent and with weak oxidizing agent as well. But ketones always need strong oxidizing agent like nitric acid, potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate. Whenever ketone oxidized, carbonyl group can go either of the alkyl group. Always carboxylic acids are formed which will have always less number of carbon than the parent ketone. As example is given. During oxidation of unsymmetrical ketone or asymmetrical ketones, carbonyl group or keto group will always go with a smaller alkyl group. It is known as Popov's rule. As oxidation of 2-butanone, when it oxidizes, 2 acids are formed, 2 molecules of ethanoic acids are formed. Now, one of the special oxidation reaction of aldehyde and ketones, in which carbonyl group doesn't oxidize further, but methylene group connected with carbonyl group is oxidized into aldehydic functional group. By this reaction, we can prepare ketoaldehyde or dialdehyde. An oxidizing agent is used selenium oxide, which is one of the oxidizing agent responsible for oxidation of methylene group. For example, if we have ethanol, CH3CHO, it will oxidize into CHO, means glyoxal, dialdehyde. Another important reaction is haloform reaction, in which oxidation of aldehyde and ketones takes place in presence of sodium hypohalite. Excess of halogen in presence of alkali solution is responsible for oxidation of carbonyl compounds. In presence of excess of halogen, very first alkyl group of aldehyde or ketone will show halogenation reaction. Then halogenated compound will oxidize into haloforms. It means chloroform, iodoform, bromoform. Some of the examples are given in which sodium salts of carboxylic acids are formed. Point to be noted that these reactions are given only by the aldehyde and ketones which have CH3CO group. Otherwise, which do not have this group can't give iodoform reaction, haloform reaction, chloroform reaction, in the sense haloform reaction. That's why this test is used for identify for distinguishing compound which will have CH3CO group or can easily produce CH3CO group. Another important property of aldehyde and ketones is reduction reaction. That is possible in presence of different reducing agents. When aldehydes are reduced, they form primary alcohol, while ketones are reduced, they form always secondary alcohol. Here the list is of reducing agents. The different types of reducing agents are there. Some reduce up to alcohol and some reducing agents reduce up to alkenes. Examples are there: lithium aluminum hydride, sodium boron hydride, dibal, platinum, palladium, nickel, then hydrogen iodide in presence of red phosphorus. So many reducing agents are used for reduction of carbonyl compounds. Easily we can compare reducing agents. Like lithium aluminum hydride is much powerful reducing agent. It can reduce aldehyde, ketones, carboxylic acid, and all the acid derivatives like acid chloride, acid amide, acid anhydride, all. While sodium borohydride can reduce aldehyde, ketones, acid chloride, and alkyl chloride, but all the acid derivatives can't be reduced by sodium borohydride. Double bonded carbonyl compound can be reduced by sodium borohydride. Isolated double bond cannot reduce by both the agents. But if there is double bond present in aldehyde and ketone, so lithium aluminum hydride can't reduce it. But sodium borohydride can reduce double bond present with carbonyl compound. But there is a percentage. Sometimes it can reduce, sometimes it cannot reduce. Means we'll get the mixture of unsaturated alcohol and saturated alcohol. But in case of dibal, diisobutyl aluminum hydride is reduced carbonyl group as well as double bond 100%. Means we'll get always saturated alcohol. So here we can justify that in presence of lithium aluminum hydride, if unsaturated aldehyde reduces, we'll get unsaturated alcohol. In case of sodium boron hydride, we'll get mixture of unsaturated alcohol and saturated alcohol, while with dibal, we'll get pure saturated alcohol. Here, examples are given for reduction process. Aldehydes reduces in presence of lithium aluminum hydride, in presence of sodium boron hydride, and in presence of dibal. These three are very important reducing agent. Why I'm especially mentioning here, because these reactions are very important for competitive exams also. In competitive classes, in JEE Mains exams, generally products are asked during presence of these reducing agents. Means comparison is to be asked. So you must know what groups are reduced in presence of these three types of reducing agents. Another type of reduction of carbonyl compound, that is reduction up to alkanes. Definitely it's possible in presence of a strong reducing agent. The first one is reduction with zinc amalgam and hydrochloric acid, which convert carbonyl compound into alkane. This reaction is known as Clemmensen reduction reaction, very important for board exams. Second one is Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction, takes place in presence of hydrazine. As earlier we have seen that carbonyl compounds react with hydrazine and form hydrazone. So hydrazine reacts with carbonyl compound and form hydrazone first as an intermediate, and when they react with base, they reduce up to alkanes. That is famous as a Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction. Third reduction up to alkane is reduction in presence of red phosphorus and hydrogen iodide. Here also alkanes are formed. This is strongest reducing agent, and even it can reduce carboxylic acid as well. Even there are multiple functional group in a compound, then 2 hydrogen iodide and red phosphorus reduces up to alcohol and then up to alkane. It is one of the important reduction reaction of ketones, only of ketones. Mirwin-Pondorf-Verley reduction reaction, MPV reaction. Here special reducing agent is used, that is aluminium isopropoxide in presence of isopropyl alcohol. In this reaction, there is a shift of hydride ion from isopropyl alcohol, and then it reduces ketones into secondary alcohol. Example is given below. Look at it. Another important reduction reaction of ketone is Pinacol reduction reaction. It takes place in presence of magnesium amalgam in water. It's kind of condensation reaction as well as reduction reaction. in which two ketone molecules combines and then reduces in alcohols. Thank you so much, and go through all the slides, all the content, make your own notes. Very, very important for exams.